In other news tonight, a local church denomination is pushing back against meeting the deadline that requires nonprofit organizations to report their financials. Some 150 Baptist churches are opposing the government's request and that 14-day deadline, which ended this past Friday, August 4th. However, following a meeting with government officials, President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Reverend Delton Fernander, tells ZNS News that the Baptist churches which he represents have been granted a 30-day extension following a meeting with the Attorney General, Senator the Honorable Carl Bethel, to address the matter further. Now, Reverend Fernander says it's the council's view that the government is not only overstepping its bounds in this request, but feels as a body it's being singled out.
The impression that one set are good, and mostly, my entire denomination, the Baptist, was listed in the paper along with a preponderance of Baptist churches, which gives the impression that they're non-compliant. And it's been and I'm the executive secretary of the Baptist, that we are in compliance because we do major banking, we have schools in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, but yet we were listed. It's in very strong arm. Rather than a conversationing happening between church and government. Here's a notice put in the paper demanding that and maybe we've become too close with government, and this will be the time when we separate church and state. There are organizations, in particular the political party, they take more money than any church. I'll go on record to say that. And there's no reporting on their behalf. But yet they could name churches and say, you must report. What is good for the goose must be good for the gander. You cannot be setting a bar, starting with the church and non-for-profits, that you are not willing to abide by. So I'm simply saying, parties declare, churches will meet you.
Now, Reverend Fernander says a meeting is being scheduled within the next 3 weeks between members of the Christian Council and the Attorney General to discuss the matter further, after which time he says council members will take a vote which may or may not end up before the courts. He says those Baptist churches with schools that are given subventions and concessions have already complied. Those that remain, he says, give financial reports to their members twice a year and don't feel they should have to report to the government. The Christian Council president says the majority of the churches have lawyers and are seeking legal advice.
To be adjusted legally in the law, because I'm being advised that maybe there needs to be another category for church. There's no way that a church can be in the same category as the football team or the soccer team or the mother's club or a church is a church, and all churches are church. And there must be a level playing field for all churches. This might be the time we fix the legislation, we fix the law, and let us all submit. And I think the government is minded to do that.